What if I told you that the key to getting rid of stubborn menopausal belly bloat isn't about dieting? It's about stopping certain habits that are likely sabotaging you. Once I stopped these 5 things, everything changed in my midsection. And number 5, it's a total game changer that almost no one talks about. Hey there, welcome back. I am so glad that you're joining me. My name is Leslie. I am a certified menopause coach and consultant, wardrobe stylist, image consultant, and makeup artist. And I help women navigate perimenopause through postmenopause with a whole lot more confidence, energy, and style. Like so many women, I struggled so hard with my weight during perimenopause. I gained 38 pounds, and I felt completely out of control. I tried keto and my hair fell out. I exercised more, I ate less, and I gained another 10 pounds. I even hired a nutrition coach, and not a thing worked. That's when I realized it wasn't about just what I was doing. It was about what I needed to stop doing. Today, I'm sharing 5 things that I stopped doing that made a massive difference in my belly bloat, my energy, and my overall confidence. If weekends tend to derail you like they did me, be sure to grab my Weekend Meno Survival Guide. It's free and it's packed with super simple strategies to help you enjoy yourself without undoing all of your progress. The link is below. Alrighty, let's get into it. Number 1, I stopped pretending that weekends didn't count. I used to be super disciplined Monday through Friday at about 6 o'clock. And then all heck broke loose. The weekend was on. Date night, cocktails, indulgent dinners out. And I justified it all by telling myself, I've been such a good girl. I have earned all of this indulgence. But here's the reality. I was undoing all of my progress that I had worked so hard for. Studies show that weekend eating can account for 20 to 30% more in excess calories consumed. So let's break this down. Monday through Friday at about 6 o'clock, I was on plan. So that's 4.5 days. And then come Friday night through Sunday evening, I was off plan. So that's 2.5 days. So if we do the math there, that's 70% of the time that I was totally on track, and 30% of the time I was sabotaging my goals. To be totally honest with you, those indulgent weekends would often seep into the following week that I was off the rails. Because I was indulging on the weekends, I often didn't feel like hitting the gym either. So there's a double whammy right there to my goals. Now I aim for balance instead of extremes, and I still enjoy treats, and I don't let 3 days drive me off track completely. If weekends tend to be your struggle too, grab my Weekend Meno Survival Guide below. Number 2, I stopped ignoring all my food sensitivities. For years, I ate whatever I wanted. And I just dealt with the bloated feeling, the sluggishness, and the discomfort afterwards. And it turns out that I had some sensitivities to dairy and beef and sugar that were causing huge inflammation and water retention. And here's something that no one tells you. Foods that were totally fine for you before perimenopause might not be fine anymore. So if you constantly feel bloated or puffy or backed up, yup, I know constipation can be a real issue and a little TMI right there, but pay attention to how you feel and what your body is saying to you. Number 3, I stopped eating so many processed foods. Like so many of us, I relied on prepackaged foods, protein bars, sweetened yogurts, so-called frozen healthy meals, thinking that they were good, healthy choices. They were quick, they were easy to get on the table and into my mouth in a hurry, and they became an easy go-to for me. But they were also loaded with hidden sugars, additives, and artificial ingredients, and that totally messed with my gut. These processed foods cause so much inflammation. They disrupt our digestion. They cause us to bloat. They keep us retaining water, and they make it so much harder in this more interesting phase of life to lose weight, even if our diet and our caloric intake is on track. Here's what I do now. I shop the perimeter of the store. Now, I know this is not new to you. You have heard this before, but here's what I want to challenge you to do is to think about those prepackaged and processed foods that you do eat and how you can swap those out for whole food options. I also look for packaged foods with 8 ingredients or less, and I choose those ones that I can only pronounce or that I recognize as real food. Since I started on focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods, wow, what a game changer in my tummy. Not only am I less bloated, but I also feel a whole lot more satiated. I'm far less hungry all the time, and my energy levels are way up. Before I move on to number 4, if you are enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. It helps our more interesting age community grow and get information to the women in perimenopause through postmenopause who need it. Number 4, I stopped stressing about eating healthy foods. For years, I avoided fats like they were a fashion faux pas. Totally off limits, if you know what I mean. We came from the generation of fat was bad. Remember that fat-free everything phase? Snack-well cookies, lean cuisine, and let's not forget snacks made with olestra. Do you remember olestra? That was that fat substitute that was used in potato chips. You know the one that later came out with the anal leakage warning. Once I started including healthy fats like avocados, nuts, olive oil, I felt so much more satisfied, my cravings dropped, and my weight is balancing out naturally. And here's a fun fact. Our brain needs fat to function properly. Without it, we can experience brain fog, memory issues, and mood irregularities. And since perimenopause and menopause already increases our brain fog, mood swings, and memory issues, cutting out healthy fats is such not a good plan. So the key here is moderation, though. You knew that was coming, right? Even healthy fats add up if you overdo it. Number 5, I stopped eating so many raw vegetables. Now this one shocked me because once I changed it, everything improved. I used to eat big salads and raw veggies, thinking that they were the key to weight loss, feeling full, and to getting enough fiber. And something that again is so important to us now at this stage of our lives is getting that fiber up. And it was super easy. I'd buy a bag of chopped broccoli, I'd home make some hummus to dip, and it became my go-to snack. But raw cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, cauliflower, they can be super hard to digest, especially for those of us with sensitive guts or if you've got a hypothyroid condition like I do, and that could interfere with your thyroid function as well. Here's what I do now. I cook my vegetables thoroughly instead of eating them raw. I still get a ton of fiber. I just get it without the bloating. Try this for a couple of weeks. Let me know in the comments below if you notice a difference. Here's the takeaway. None of these changes were about restriction. They were about learning what actually works for my body, my new menopausal body. Once I let go of the habits that weren't serving me, my digestion improved, my energy skyrocketed, and my tummy has finally flattened out. So let's do a quick recap. Here are the 5 things I stopped doing that helped flatten my stomach without dieting. The first, I stopped pretending that weekends didn't count because they do. Number 2, I stopped ignoring my food sensitivities. Bye-bye bloating. And number 3, I stopped eating so many processed foods and started eating real food. Number 4, I stopped stressing about eating healthy fats because my brain and my hormones need fat to function properly. And 5, I stopped eating so many raw vegetables, which has been a game changer. Tell me in the comments, what's one habit that you're willing to ditch? Check back in a week or 2 and let me know how you're feeling. And don't forget, if weekends tend to throw you off track, be sure to grab my Weekend Meno Survival Guide. It is totally free and it's going to help you navigate those tricky indulgences while still staying on track. The link is below. And if this was helpful, give it a like, give it a share with a friend who needs it, and watch this video so that you can avoid the biggest mistakes that I made in perimenopause that changed my life for the worse. See you next time.